genre of apocalyptic stories in the realm of manhwa typically incorporates fantasy elements, and possibly the most recognized among them is solo leveling. While it is definitely a work of art, many people are already familiar with the brand. That being stated, in this video we will discuss some of the best post-apocalyptic mangas featuring overpowering main characters that help human society regain its former glory. These are some of the greatest stories you should read, since they contain excellent art and a compelling plot that will keep you reading till the end. So let's get started right now, starting with number 10 on the list, Burnout Shock. As an unknown material known as Burnout Shock covers Earth, all fire and energy are rendered unusable, causing contemporary civilization to collapse. Rae loses his mother to the mafia lord Sakan in the middle of the chaos. To live on his own, he swallows an experimental pill that transforms him into a powerful mutant known as a subject, yet the adverse effects are gradually killing him. Now he must discover the Lady of Fire, whose special skill may heal his condition, and go to the terrifying top zone where his road to retribution begins. This manhwa is set in an apocalyptic atmosphere with a highly powerful main character, superb artwork, and well-developed characters. If you enjoy good apocalyptic stories, don't pass it up. Moving to the 9th spot on the list, Monsters. Nero lives with his grandmother. He is physically challenged and is bullied at school. As time passes, he discovers that his grandmother is not human and that she is shielding him from demons who emerge through warp gates. He is murdered by a demon one day, and his grandmother gives up her life power to bring him back. Now that his guardian is no longer with him, he must defend himself and mankind from these demons. This manhwa is enjoyable. It's a cross between bullying and hunting drama. The main character starts off weak but rapidly gets overpowered, and the secondary characters are wonderfully written as well. The world building is also distinctive in certain aspects, and the art is rather nice upscale during action sequences. If you like a hunter-type drama with school bullying and action, give this a go. Moving to the 8th spot on the list, The First Hunter. This manhwa concentrates on the end of the world and the sudden advent of monsters in Korea, yet the theme is universal. Taehyun Kim, the protagonist, is a powerful and experienced military man who has no purpose to exist and no goal in life. The arrival of the monsters and the devastation of the planet represent a second chance for him to atone for his previous errors and strive hard to make a positive mark on the earth. For some, the art may be lacking, but it is interesting since it is distinctive and appears to be a painting style but with a mature drawing, and the characters are done extremely accurately. In conclusion, if you're okay with mature subjects, this is a highly interesting apocalyptic story with an overpowered protagonist. Moving to the 7th spot on the list, The Lone Necromancer. The protagonist is dealing with his business at the university when a menu appears in front of him. He is advised to pick the class with the most stars, but instead chooses the Necromancer. Monsters attack the human world when class selection time is done, so the main character takes control and starts grinding levels. The protagonist of this novel starts weak and then gradually ends up being stronger and more powerful, yet it's done in such a manner that each action is amazing to check out and pumps some adrenaline. In general, the art is wonderful and the tale is well written. Therefore, I highly suggest that you read this manhwa where the main character is overpowered in an apocalyptic plot. Moving to the 6th spot, The Celestial Returned from Hell. Yansung Choi was the first human to achieve heavenly status. He departs to train in the abyss in order to prevent other celestials from eating Earth entirely. It's time for him to save the planet. Good concept and world building plus an appealing main character and some great art make this probably the closest thing to the unique leveling up tale that people are looking for. Every occurrence is related and pre-planned. They aren't just random happenings and monsters put together for action. Overall, this is a fantastic narrative with a strong plot and adequate character development. This is a must-try if you're seeking an overpowering protagonist in an apocalyptic universe. Jumping to the 5th spot on the list, The World After the Fall. The story of this manhwa starts when mysterious towers sprout across the world, calling forth creatures that prey on humans. The Tower Walkers are given the option to flee or fight for a doomed world, but Tower Walker Jaehwon chooses to battle for the original chronology and uncover stunning tower secrets. This series is a definite must-read for its amazing originality. The story is great and combines several genres into one. The art is incredibly nicely done. The shading, colors, tones, and tints are pretty excellent. It built an entirely new fantasy world of beauty and terror. Each frame contains a lot of information since the character designs are based on human anatomy. So if you're looking for a one-of-a-kind fantasy manga with a badass overpowered protagonist in an apocalyptic world, give this one a read. Moving to the 4th spot on the list, Return to Player. Sihan Kim is determined to alter the course of events and defeat the gods. A group of gods transformed everyone on Earth into participants in a horrific game 10 years ago, compelling them to slay creatures or be slain themselves. Sihan is given the opportunity to go back in time and begin a new game. This is a delightful read. The protagonist is powerful without being overwhelming, and the humorous timing and banter between the protagonist and his forced-to-follow-along companion are amusing. The manhwa's growth and pacing keep you on the edge of your seat. Overall, it's an enjoyable read. The narrative is entertaining, the characters are fascinating, and the manhwa isn't too serious. If you want a light-hearted adventure, read it. Moving to the third spot on the list, The Frozen Player returns. The story follows Seo Juno and his comrades as they attempt to destroy the Frost Queen. After 25 years of being frozen solid, they discover that 9 additional levels have developed in their absence. Juno is the only one who has the key to clearing the next floor and defrosting his buddies, but has he been dormant for too long? Generally, the plot isn't original, but it's well executed and entertaining. The tempo is neither too sluggish nor too quick. The artwork is clear, and the word building is great and suitable for the story. Moreover, the main character is overpowered, and the other characters are entertaining and well written. That's all you need to know if you're interested in reading an apocalyptic story with an overpowered main character. Moving to the second spot on the list, Deep Sea Water. The plot revolves around the young boy and his sister's journey through a water-submerged world, learning about the hardships they face and how they overcome them, and how important it is to stay attentive to their surroundings. If you want a story that keeps you on the edge of your seat waiting to see what happens in the next chapter, or even while you're reading it where you go from being disturbed by the sea monsters to being amazed by the beautiful art style of some characters and scenes, and where you end up feeling truly immersed in the story and the characters, forgetting about the outside world, this is your manga. Reaching the first spot on the list, Omniscient Reader. Dokja had no clue his favorite online fiction, 3 Ways to Survive the Apocalypse, would become reality and make him the only person who knew how the world would end. He also had no clue he'd wind himself up as the protagonist of this novel turned reality, embarking on a journey to save mankind. This story is one of the greatest, with a wonderfully knowledgeable and intelligent main character that will keep you wanting more episodes and waiting weeks for them. It starts slowly at first, but it has a pretty fantastic plot with plenty of action, twists, and companionship. The character development is excellent, and the art is fantastic. A truly exceptional take on the genre, with a captivating tale. That's all we have for today. If you find your next read on this list, then give us a thumbs up and share the video with your friends. Also give us your suggestions in the comment section below, since it helps us to give you more recommendations and present to you a better content every time. And remember to press the red button for more videos in the near future. Thank you for your time. We'll talk again soon.